Welcome into today's episode of NFL Daily. My name is Trace Moustakas. You can call me Moose. And today's episode will feature all of the questions that you have surrounding your favorite NFL teams, favorite NFL players, and all of the free agency signings that have gone on so far. This first one coming in from our buddy Vincent. Kyle Juszczyk to the Steelers since they had a meeting today is still an option. Yes, it is. And Juszczyk is not your very stereotypical fullback, Vincent. Juszczyk has very good hands. He's almost like a power running back. So he's more of a commodity player. I wouldn't say that he's a necessity to any particular team, but having him in the red zone for any multiple or a multitude of teams is actually a very, very good thing to have. So I like that Kyle Juszczyk is garnering some attention, especially from a well-respected organization like Pittsburgh, and I think that he would make a very good addition to them. Pop, who else should the Steelers sign outside of a quarterback? This is interesting because the Steelers spend a lot of money on defense every single year, and offensively, they've already traded for DK Metcalf, and they've re-signed Mason Rudolph. So if I had to say, maybe you go offensive line, you sign one of the free agent offensive linemen that are still on the board. That's technically an option for you. I would have told you Josh Myers, but he signed with the Jets yesterday. So any center or right guard or left guard, any combination of those three as a depth pick or a rotational, offensive lineman would probably be the smartest thing to do. Elias, Giants needs everything. Everything. Quarterback for sure to start. Running back depth you need as well. Offensive line help. You need a guard. Again, I need air to breathe. So signing Teven Jenkins is in your future. Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson. I don't care. You just can't roll into 2025 with Tommy DeVito as your starting quarterback. It just makes literally zero sense. So quarterback to start. Figure out the rest, probably offensive line, I would say, is second. That internet dude. NFL does the league always rising cap give teams, that does the league always raising the cap give teams that don't manage it an unfair advantage or disadvantage to teams that manage it well? That's a great question. I'm going to say no, and here's why. Every single year, the cap raises, and every single year you see that the bad teams still remain bad. Why? Because the teams that understand how to manipulate the cap are smart with their money. Teams like the Jets remain bad because they just throw money willy-nilly or they don't re-sign the players that actually deserve it. So, as the cap rises, it just means that you have more room to make stupid decisions if you're a bad organization. Good organizations like the Eagles pivot off of players that maybe don't have the greatest of futures, and they re-sign players that have shown an exceptional ability to impact the game on the field. So, great question, but the truth is that even though the money goes up, stupidity also stays up. And then also simultaneously, good decisions and good teams make the right ones all the time. Mark, any good ideas for a Chiefs wide receiver? I would have told you D-Hop re-signing would have been the best decision, but let's be real. It's probably right now the target of Stefon Diggs that you have to go after. He's going to require a heftier price, but let's be completely transparent about Stefon Diggs. He's still a very, very good wide receiver. I mean, we're only 2 years removed from having Stefon Diggs be one of the top 5 receivers in the NFL. Now, if you're not going to spend a ton of money on him, maybe a guy like Elijah Moore would make a lot of sense for you. Tyler Lockett is a free agent that you could go out. He would fit nicely in the slot. You re-signed Hollywood Brown. You still have Travis Kelce. And let's be clear, Andy Reid is going to manipulate Rashee Rice is going to come back, same with Xavier Worthy after his little arrested debacle that he had the other day. So the Chiefs are fine. I don't necessarily think they need to go out and get a wide receiver, but if they were, probably somebody like Elijah Moore, Stefon Diggs would be a good option for them. So I want you to let me know who has been the best free agency signing so far. It's going to be in the comments. I want to see as many replies to this as possible, whether that be for your favorite team or if you're more of an objective fan, You can let me know about that as well. Just put it down in the comment section below. Wolf Sports. Who are the Browns going to get at quarterback? They already do have one. His name is Deshaun Watson. And if you aren't going to start with him, Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett actually released on his Browns press conference that the reason he signed with the team was because they told him that he would get to compete for the starting position. So take that for what it's worth. But Deshaun Watson's contract is easily the worst in NFL history. You're either rolling with him or you're rolling with Kenny Pickett. I don't see them drafting a quarterback. And if they do, Shedeur Sanders. Or, well, if Tennessee decides to go with Abdul Carter at 1, then maybe you could roll with Cam Ward. And that's probably what Cleveland fans are hoping for. But truthfully, I think you're going to see Kenny Pickett starting week 1 for you. Garrett, do you think the Texans are in a good spot to be in a playoff run? They got to get better on the offensive line, and they need to get healthy again at wide receiver. I love Nico Collins. I think he is Mike Evans 2.0. Big dude, silky smooth at route running, got great hands as a vertical threat as well. But you guys weren't healthy down the stretch. Tank Dell blew his knee out. Stephon Diggs tore his ACL. Your offensive line is a joke. You just traded away Laramie Tunsil to the Commanders. You've got to rebuild through the offensive line. Worry about everything else afterwards because healing from injuries will just take time. Finding the correct people to replace on the offensive line, that's a little bit more challenging. So good luck to you, Texans fan, but you're a fringe playoff team right now with the injuries, and if you don't fix the offensive line, you could be on the outside looking in. Evan, do you think Seattle is going to sign Teven Jenkins? No, I don't. And I only say that because I know he listed them as one of the spots that he would, have. But truth be told, I don't see the need for him, really. Teven Jenkins, second-round pick out of Oklahoma State by the Bears, played in 14 games last year and only played 64% of the total defensive snaps. Why is that? Can't stay healthy. So if you want to overpay for a second-round guard with a little bit of talent who's got a bevy of injuries, then go ahead and sign him. But truth be told, unless you're a desperate team like the Giants or the Texans, I honestly don't think that Teven Jenkins has much of a market. Now, speaking of markets, he might not have one, but this certainly does. Caleb Williams jersey over at Fanatics, but it's not just him. You can get your favorite players anywhere. Just use this particular link that we're going to put in the comments and the description of today's video. So once you do that, you could start shopping at Fanatics, and they have got the best gear for all NFL fans. If you're a man, if you're a woman, if you're a child, it doesn't matter. They've got the best gear for you. They got hats. They got gloves. They've got jerseys. They got jerseys. I don't even know what a jersey is, but it sounds cool. And they've got the best deals all the time. So thank you, Fanatics, for the sponsor of today's video. And remember, use this link in the description and the comments of today's video. Keaton. Is Justin Fields a good signing for the Jets? I was waiting for a Justin Fields question. Thank you, Keaton. No, he's not. I love Justin Fields. I have loved Justin Fields since the Bears drafted him. But the truth is, he is a one-read quarterback. That's exactly why DJ Moore was so good with him, because Justin would look for DJ in Chicago, and when he wasn't there, he would take off running the other way. Now, in terms of athleticism, he might be the best athlete in the NFL. In fact, at the quarterback position, there might be a short list of 5 guys that have ever played the position as athletically as Justin Fields has. But with that being said, he doesn't see the field. No pun intended. Doesn't see the field, one read, bad decision-making, takes so much time to get rid of the ball. He's number 1 in sack percentage for amount of times that he's dropped back since he's entered the league. Think about that for a second. For how good of a runner and how many times he evades the sack, he takes 3 more because he just doesn't get rid of the football. So the little things that Justin Fields needs to do well, like field vision and accuracy and quick game, he just doesn't do at an elite level. So thank you, Keith. Blaze. Do you think the Titans should sign a quarterback and draft Abdul Carter or not and draft Cam Ward? The question surrounding all of the Titans rumors right now is, do you take the transformative talent or do you take the most important position on the field? I'm going to let you kind of pick this one because I've got mine. It's the quarterback. You got to draft Cam Ward. And even if Cam Ward isn't the player that he is predicted to be, even if his nonchalance doesn't translate to the NFL game and he just becomes very mid or maybe even a bust, at least you took a swing on a quarterback, right? You can't sit here and tell me that if you took Abdul Carter next year at number 1, that you would be in a far better off spot than you are right now. You're still rolling with Will Levis. Only one of those positions has a majority swing in lines on Vegas. It's the same reason that when Aaron Rodgers, when he played for Green Bay, when he would go out of a game, they would move 7 points down because the quarterback position touches the ball on every single play. It's the most important position, and we've proved that in 2025. The best quarterbacks not only get to the playoffs, but they win Super Bowls. So let me know this. Who is your top NFL free agency winner? Put it in the comment section below. I want to know what team, what player, doesn't matter. Let me know who is your top free agency winner. Crash out. Can Amari Cooper play in the weather in Boston? Yes, he can. Amari Cooper is, as Colin Cowherd likes to say, thick, trunky, and coastal. He's one of those receivers that he can play in any kind of climate. He's just got the build for an NFL receiver. I believe he's 6'2.5", 220-ish pounds. He can make things happen. He's got strong hands, good with yards after the catch. Had some injury last year with his broken hand. He's getting up there in age, so he's not the Amari Cooper that he was in Dallas. But I still think that put him in New England, give him Drake May, and I think you'll see some upwards in productivity from Amari Cooper. Mariano, how do you feel about the Raiders coming up this season and getting Mehi Becton? Mehi Becton is a very interesting player. A bust when he was drafted, gets signed by the Eagles, and completely transformed. 3 things in life are certain. Death, taxes, and the Eagles having a good offensive line. They just know how to develop it. So I'm not going to sit here and glaze Mehi Becton and tell you that, oh my God, he's, the best free agent left tackle on the market. But let's be clear. From where he was when he started his NFL career to where he's at now, he's in a far better spot. As for the Raiders' fit, why not? The Raiders are notorious for throwing money at players that have some question marks in the air. So he's a big dude. He's 6'7", 340 pounds. You're not, you're signing a behemoth of a human being. I think from what he showed us last year in Philadelphia, he'll be good enough to start for the Las Vegas Raiders. Gimme. Should the Texans trade up in the draft to get Calvin Banks? Yes, they should. The offensive tackle class outside of Will Campbell and Calvin Banks is kind of slim pickings because then you get down to like round 2 and round 3 where you start to get better value picks for that position. So, yes, I'm going to say so because now Laramie Tunsil's gone. So, what do? You go up and you grab yourself a very, very good offensive line prospect, and that's exactly what Calvin Banks is. A lot of people actually believe that Calvin Banks is a better left tackle than Will Campbell is, but Will Campbell is going to be the more versatile player because you can kick Will Campbell inside the left guard, and he'll be an all-pro. He doesn't have the measurables that Calvin Banks has, but he's just as good, if not a better athlete, and he's got higher upside and more versatility. That is why he's projected to go higher. So all you got to do if you want more content like this coming your way is hit that subscribe button. It is 100% free, and we will see you on next week's episode of NFL Daily.